Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I know normally that I would do a makeup look for you guys, but I kind of wanted to touch on some other things because I don't want to just do makeup on this channel. I want to be able, to talk about a lot of other things, such as encouragement and just some things that you may not be necessarily comfortable talking about with your family or your friends or anything like that. I just want to create a safe space for everybody that you can come and talk and share your opinions about any type of subject. The subject that I kind of want to touch on today, what my thoughts are, is what's going on with the whole abortion thing. I saw the movie Unplanned. Now, I'm very much pro-choice, and it's not, as a Christian woman, I understand that people expect me to be pro-life, and in a way I am, but I'm also very much about your choices, because God gave us free will, and it is a bitch. But the thing is that, do I think that women should have the right and the ability to get abortions? 110%. I do agree that they should. But here's the thing, what I don't like, what's going on, is I don't believe that abortion should be treated as a form of birth control. Because it is not. Because inevitably you are taking a life. And that is something that I think people seem to forget, that when those women go into those clinics, they've already reached that decision. You don't know what their situation was, how they even got to that point. You have no idea what happened. And it is not in our place to judge them for that. Because the picketing outside of one of those places and saying that they're going to hell, I mean, is so completely 110% wrong to do, because you have no clue what that person is going through right then and right there. And the sad part is that right now our system is so broken as far as foster care. It's insane. It's, some women may believe that it may be better for their child to go back up home to God than to ever be put in a foster care system, because their life might end up being worse. And yet we have another person broken walking around in this world. And it's not up to you, and it's not up to me to make that decision for them. That is their choice, and I am not going to take that choice away from them. Just like God's not going to sit there and take that choice away from them. That is not, nobody here is God, nobody here is perfect. That is not their decision to make or to take away. So all of these things that are going on where they have outlawed any and all abortion in certain states, it's wrong, because now these women are going to be desperate, and some of them girls, and I'm talking about not even 15 or 16 year olds, but I'm talking 14, 13, 12, 11 year olds at this point, are going to go someplace that is unsafe and unsanitary and possibly die because of it. Now, it doesn't matter if somebody is pro-life or pro-choice. I do believe that everyone should go see the movie Unplanned, because there was some information that I did not know about. They should not. I believe that Planned Parenthood is good, because they have the ability and the means to give birth control for a lot less cheaper, especially if you don't have insurance. And even if you do, it's still pretty damn expensive to be able to give them an option of birth control. And here's the thing, some insurance doesn't even cover birth control, so you're screwed. And they won't cover the Plan B pill, so you're basically screwed in some of these states. If you get pregnant, you have no choice, because you're going to go to jail a lot longer than some rapists will. And I don't think that's right. That's not okay. And if they're just going to be charging the women with murder, then they should be charging the men that got them impregnated as well. Because it takes two to tango. It's not the Immaculate Conception that happened once in history, and there's not going to be a repeat. Okay? Simple as that. They do, however, treat the bad side of them. They do treat abortions as a business. And it's not a business because you're taking a life. And that is not a decision that comes lightly to any woman. I firmly believe. I believe, yes, there is a small percentage that does use abortion as a form of birth control, and it's not okay to do that. But most women that go in there, they are desperate. They are in need of help. And unless you yourself are willing to go in there and say, hey, I will adopt your baby. I will take care of all the medical bills. I will take care of you until you have this child. Unless you are willing to go in there and do that for every single girl and woman that is sitting in that chair, you don't have a right to your opinion about what they do with their body. No, you don't. 110%. You can have your opinion about a lot of other things, and you can even shout it to the world. But you do not have the right to take that choice away from somebody. It very much is a controversial subject because people have such strong opinions about it, and it's okay to have that, but it's also okay to listen to the other side, because, you know, when in this country did we stop sitting down and being able to talk about our differences? I mean, seriously, that is something that we are sadly missing and sadly lacking in this country. To whether somebody's Republican or liberal or Democratic or things like that, we have lost the ability to actually sit down, talk about what our point of views are in a respectful manner, and be able to listen to the other side, because we've lost that ability. Somehow, somewhere, we lost that ability, and we need to get it back. Everybody's opinion is going to be different. Everybody's opinion is an opinion. It is not a fact. You have to understand that, you know, there are people who don't agree with me about abortion. There are people who don't agree with me about what my political stance is, and that's fine. That is completely 110% fine. But I also have people in my life, my friends, that are opposite of what I believe and opposite of what my political beliefs are. But the thing is that we can sit down and talk about it, because there are things they may learn from me, and there are things that I might learn from them. Things that, you know, it is reaching a point to where everybody seems to want to be heard, and I get that, but we have lost so much respect for one another that this country is in such chaos over so many things, and not just about abortion either. It is not okay to sit there and pick it outside a fence and tell someone that they are going to hell. That is not okay. You have no idea what is going on through that woman's mind or that girl's mind. You have no clue. No clue whatsoever. You do not have a right to sit there and tell someone that they can't do this to their body. You have no idea what landed them in that circumstance. That is not your choice, and that is not your decision, and that is not your business. Simple as that. What you should do is pray for them. And that doesn't mean being outside those fences, because let me tell you, that is probably not comfortable for them to begin with, to even walk through those doors. Just simply pray for them. And it's okay to do that. I'm really getting sick and tired of prayers, and we need more than prayers and thoughts. Seriously? You know what? I believe that prayer works. Some people may say that they're praying. Some people don't have to say that they are. They're automatically doing it. You know, that's not... Because let me tell you something. Right now, this is the first thing to go. This is the first thing to go. There's going to be a lot more coming. I firmly 110% believe that. Right now, abortion's the first thing to go. And I don't know what's going to be next. And I got to be honest with you, I'm a little terrified of that. Because this country how it used to be. People can say whatever they want about the 90s, but we didn't have those problems during that time, or at least not to this magnitude, that people feel so strongly. And again, it's fine to feel so strongly about certain things, but also at the same time, it's okay to listen to somebody else's opinion and listen to what they've learned. And it's okay. And it seems to be an ongoing thing with this country where, no, I'm going to shout the loudest, so you're going to have to listen to me, and what I say is right. No, opinions does not mean that you are right. It means you have an opinion on a fact, or you have an opinion on a situation that's going on. You don't have the right to take away somebody else's opinion, and I have a feeling that is going to be the next thing to go. We need to come together as a community and really learn what it means to be a neighbor, because it is reaching points, and personally what I believe biblical points, that we are living in pre-rapture times. I 110% agree that in my lifetime that Christ is coming back. I believe it 110%, just simply because of the way this country has been going, the way other countries are coming out, and it's just, there is so much turmoil and so much chaos in this world, and there's not enough love, and it's sad to see that, because it hurts my heart so much, because I love this country. With any person who knows me knows I bleed red, white, and blue. Okay? I know what the Constitution stands for. I know what my Bill of Rights are. I know what that flag stands for. It does not stand for just the government. It stands for its people. And I think people seem to forget that us as a people, we have the power. It's stated right there in the Declaration. It is right there that if there is such a power, is us as a people to overthrow such a power. Because if they're not standing up for us, then the only thing that we can do is stand up together as a people united. It shouldn't matter if somebody's black. It shouldn't matter if somebody's white. It shouldn't matter if somebody's Hispanic, Indian, Muslim. I don't care. And I understand racism very much is alive in this country. But the sad fact is, and I'm going to be the one to say it, and I don't care, because I've believed this for a very, very long time, and I've seen it with my own eyes. We have got to stop using our color against one another, because it's got to stop. Yes, there are some cases that stuff like that does happen on a daily basis. But I got to be honest with you, I have faced probably more racism from blacks and other Hispanics, because I don't act like a normal Hispanic, or I'm an Americanized Hispanic. Well, guess what? I was born and raised here. There you go. I'm an Americanized Hispanic. I don't care. This is my country. This is where I was born. This is where two of my grandmothers came from, two different countries, one from Puerto Rico and one from France, to give themselves and their kids' lives a better life. It shouldn't matter what your background is. What should matter is that you take care of your neighbor. And it doesn't necessarily have to be your physical neighbor, although you should check in on them every once in a while. But even if you work in retail, because sometimes I know it gets hard, really hard, because I get that. Trust me, I work in retail. I get it 110%. But even that person, you don't know if they're going through a bad time. And just to be that kind and gentle hand, that kind and gentle word. Sometimes a word can change not only someone's day, but someone's life. And it has just become heartbreaking to watch on the news, to see all through social media, whether it be through YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, all of that, We have become so connected with our social media that we have become disconnected with one another, and we don't know how to interact. And I think that's where a lot of the yelling and the screaming is coming from, the intolerance from, doesn't matter what side you're on, there's intolerance on both sides, or on many sides, and it's sad to see that, because this used to be a country that everybody wanted to come to, a country that's freer than most. Because there are countries that are out there that are free, that have a free government, that have what we have, and don't act like this. The Romans destroyed themselves within their own walls. And I firmly believe that if we don't stop what we're doing, and we don't start listening, that's going to be us. That this great land will become something to be despised worldwide. Now, we're despised by some countries, but it's not worldwide. At least not yet. And it's got to stop. We have to learn how to listen to one another. We have to learn that the government's not going to fix diddly squat. Seriously. If you think that those people are there for you, you are sadly mistaken. I'm sorry, but they're not. Not anymore. They used to be, but they're not anymore. And it has to be us as a community to stand together, united for the same common purpose. And the turmoil and the hatred has got to stop. Because that's all I'm seeing. I'm seeing nothing but hatred. And, it's got to be us. We have to make that change 110%. And if you're not willing to face yourself in the mirror and make that change, to make things count for what it needs to be, then you need to sit back and not involve yourself. And just sit back and watch, Some of the things I know that I've said are probably harsh, and that might be true. But it needed to be said. It shouldn't matter what somebody looks like or what they wear. It shouldn't matter if somebody has had an abortion or not. It's not your business. But what is your business is pray for them. Prayer works. No matter what people say, prayer does work. Is that all we need to do? Absolutely not. That's definitely on the top of the list of one of the things that should be done. But it's not the only thing that can be done. Learning how to listen and learning how to talk to one another is definitely, the school systems really need to teach that, because I got to tell you, good Lord. And I will talk to you guys later.